Let's go!
Let's go, Chiefs on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Patrick Mahomes is hurt. How bad is it? I'll give you what I believe the Chiefs should do about arguably the best quarterback of all time. But, man, I just don't know what this offense actually is with a left guard, a really good one at that, playing left tackle. You see the right tackle right here getting beat really badly. And here's the thing. Where I think offensive or poor offensive tackle play can really hurt is on twist stunts, right? Not just on simple rushes, right? You get beat so badly to the inside, it tightens this distance for the defensive tackle to loop around. Tooney going up against Myles Garrett. Obviously, he's yanking him down. No holding call. And look at this throw from Mahomes. I mean, this honestly is pretty freaking ridiculous ball location right here. Bang. Ugh. Okay, so the Browns pull a Brown, right? They obviously muff a punt. You get really good field position here. And what does Andy Reid decide to do? Call plays where your offensive tackles really don't need to block at all. This is a simple split zone play to your Hall of Fame tight end. Obviously, this works every time. Teams have still not been able to figure out split zone action. And Travis Kelce in space used to be a more dangerous proposition than it is nowadays, but he does cut back and make a few extra yards out of this. Really good stuff. And then what do? You do it to the right side, except you are getting really sexy with it. You have Isaiah Pacheco to the left. You have the jet sweep motion. Actually, this is an orbit motion. Fake handoff, split zone to the right side, except do it with your receiver. And this, honestly, is a really good job by Juju Smith-Schuster deciding to go to the outside of this player. Oftentimes, you want to slip to the inside, but he makes a good decision because if you go to the outside, it slows this edge defender down just a little bit, and that allows Mahomes to have all the space to just throw a very simple pitch and catch. And once again, there wasn't some amazing piece of quarterbacking or pass protection at all. It's just really good play calling there from Andy Reid. 3rd and 4, and I know a lot of you have been keeping up with this rookie wide receiver class. It is indeed very good. And Xavier Worthy has been absolved of some of the issues between him and Patrick Mahomes. It's not all been him. Some of it's been on Patrick. Some of it has been on the pass protection. But, man, on this mesh concept, man coverage, it's cover one here, and they're bringing a blitz. This should be the throw a gazillion times. I mean, a gazillion times. Now, is Denzel Ward over the top of this? Sure. It's a bang-bang play right here between Ward and Xavier Worthy. But if he makes him miss, it is a big one. I just don't know what Mahomes was thinking here. So he's just trying to hit this deep shot here. Kelce's covered. Schuster's covered. And he just throws his football up to Justin Watson. Now, it's too late to throw this ball now. Obviously, in the playoffs, what Mahomes is going to do in this situation is run, right? On man coverage, cover one, he's running in the playoffs. There's no doubt in my mind he's going in this direction and picking up the first down. But he tries to hit this deep shot to Justin Watson, who's double covered, right? This is the one guy who's going to be double covered here. Honestly, the ball location isn't the worst I've ever seen, but it's just a ball you should never throw. 3rd and 2, tough day for this Chiefs offensive line overall in the run game as well, okay? Notice this offensive line had been getting a lot of push on just simple inside zone, duo-ish kind of handoffs, and they just get dominated right here on this 3rd and 2. I mean, that's just really good stuff right there. Okay, so what do the Chiefs decide to do? You're playing a lot of man coverage, cover one. We're going to play mesh. Right? Mesh is the best cover one man coverage beater, okay? And they're actually running mesh rail. The first read on mesh rail is always, I say always, more often than not, the running back. And this obviously is a part of Isaiah Pacheco's game that he's trying to grow. Obviously, he didn't catch that ball the cleanest, but he catches it, makes this guy miss, and gets a nice gain right here on 2nd and 10. Comment below, would you like Joe to remain your left tackle? I mean, Tooney's such a good player. He's making the most out of it. That's him blocking one of the best players of this era. And, man, I don't know what this carry share is going to look like between Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco moving forward. But Kareem Hunt, I mean, look at this right here. Bang. put this DB, chalk outline, get the caution tape out, and you get a really, really good push from the backside here from Mr. Smith. And look at this. Look at this. Go Vols, go. Yeah, I understand it's not been all sunshine and rainbows with the DeAndre Hopkins acquisition. I think in the playoffs he's going to be pretty daggum tough to stop. And I also would love to see him running back with the Chiefs again. I'm glad he's getting this level of quarterback play yet again, and that's just a good throw, good catch. Patrick Mahomes, 3rd and 10, you want to lose contain? Okay, do that versus the best. I'm not going to say he's the best scrambler. Obviously, Lamar and Josh Allen are better than him. But, man, he's just so good. I mean, he's just so freaking good at running. Mahomes. And obviously, you don't want to hit him because you don't want to check to be sent in the mail. Now, I'm starting to really like Xavier Worthy, y'all. I mean, I really do think he can play. And look, he beats his corner right here, makes him miss. Look at that, bro. All right? Now, I understand this sounds like a broken record. I totally get it. But we have got to have a conversation about the baggy undershirt. I know I bring it up all the time. Mike Evans actually got really brought down by this. Man, if you're going to stiff arm him, why, due to a questionable fashion choice that every single player in the league decides to do, why even allow yourself to potentially get off balance with this? You're making him miss, you're scoring, okay? But he falls forward for a nice gain. All right, so that Jaden Daniels guy did this, a far more spectacular version of this, and as big of a Jaden fan as I will always be, there's not anybody, and I mean anyone that's ever played the game that you want in this spot more than Patrick Mahomes. These kind of scramble drills, wait to see if somebody can get open, and it's just nobody like this guy. There really isn't, all right? It's just terrible, and obviously, Myles Garrett getting hurt on this play helped out, so it was 11v10, but he does eventually find Noah Gray for the pitch and catch touchdown. All right, 2nd and Leewood, and there was a pretty viral tweet about Sam Howell. Right? He takes a lot of sacks, and he said in the post-game press conference, sacks are a quarterback stat, and this is a really good example of this. Now, in the background, it looks like just a simple pitch and catch to DeAndre Hopkins, but y'all, this is anything but that. Now, the read itself really isn't anything incredible, but I want you to see what actually happens here. Okay, so you get a pre-snap motion here, man coverage indicator, once again, cover 1. They had been showing a lot of middle of the field closed stuff. And I want you to see what actually happens at the top of the screen here. Okay, once again, your offensive tackle issues are starting to wear thin on other offensive linemen. So this really isn't the worst from 74, but what happens is because this gets so crunched in tight, Smith, who's having a good game, gets caught up. You see his leg gets caught up right here, and he gets bull rushed to the ground. All right, so there is a lot of pressure right in Patrick Mahomes' face. But because Mahomes has such ridiculously high football IQ, he is able to see that DeAndre Hopkins on this stop is going to be open, and I want you to see when he's actually ripping this football. I mean, this is quarterback mastery, okay? No wasted movement in his drop, leg planted into the ground. Once again, I'm not the best QB mechanic experts, but it does seem Mahomes likes to lift that front leg a little bit more than other quarterbacks. But bottom line is, look at when he is ripping this football. Okay, he is deciding to actually throw this football. Let's see if we can get to the absolute first moment right here. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Once again, it's not the hardest read in the world to make, but because he's throwing with all that anticipation, it doesn't matter, right, if the protection is crumbling. All right, 3rd and 5, and the Browns, once again, in cover 1. I didn't like a lot of the defensive calls that they made. It's just too much deep safety cover 1 stuff for a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. So this is just really insanely high football IQ stuff from Andy Reid. So you had been showing mesh a whole lot. And guess what? You're showing it again here, but you're actually running a mesh with the center, right? So this shallow drag, man, this is so sexy. It really is sexy stuff. And it's actually a screen, right? So shallow drag across, go to clear out more space. And look at this. I mean, goodness gracious. And it doesn't matter if you're getting all this pressure. Another thing that's very important is this Browns defensive line did show a propensity of being very aggressive. You know, the Saints really took advantage of this with screens a few weeks ago. And look at all this space, man. It is such play calling mastery. All right. It's sexy. And I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even consider myself, you know, like a Ted Wynn or Brian Baldinger when it comes to film breakdown or whatever. But, y'all, it is so beautiful. It really is that good. All righty, 3rd and 1. As great as as much as I like Andy Reid, I didn't quite understand this. Noah Gray gets blown up here. I just didn't like this play call. I won't get into it, so we could just, you know, move along here. But there's a lot of different reasons why I hated this. But it gets stuffed, and then the Chiefs, I do think, make the right decision to kick the field goal. So Chiefs miss a field goal. There's a fumble. They get the football right back, and it's just sexy stuff, okay? You're showing a counter here to the right side, but it's not just any counter. You're actually pulling 3 offensive linemen. You rarely see that, okay? Left tackle pulling, center pulling, right guard pulling, and it's an actual throw to the left. Now look at how all those pullers drew everybody here to the right side. And guess what? All Xavier Worthy has to do is beat this one guy. You get really good blocking down the field. That's why you have Juju Smith-Schuster. He's a veteran. And Worthy just dusts this guy so easily. And it's a walk-in touchdown. It's a really good throw, really good catch. But it's all design. It honestly is 90-ish% design right there. 3rd and Gladstone here. I don't mind Mahomes just throwing the goal ball here. I'm not the biggest fan of deep sideline passes on 3rd and 10s. Chiefs running a lot of verticals here. But, man, there's a lot of pressure right up the middle. And Mahomes throws an absolute dot to DeAndre Hopkins. Trust him to go up there and make a catch, especially if it's against a non-Denzel Ward corner. And look at that catch from D-Hop. You get a little pop-up here. And, well, he's DeAndre freaking Hopkins. And, dude, All right, so the Chiefs had to punt because the refs hate DeAndre Hopkins. And we get to this 3rd and 12. What do we want to call this? 3rd and Overland. Why not? Okay. So this is interesting. Mahomes decides to break this pocket as he should. And watch this. This is open. And he's got a clear vision to this ball right here to Xavier Worthy. Now, is he worried about this corner, you know, getting off of this and making a pick on it? Maybe. But, I mean, I don't know what else he could be looking at here. Doesn't decide to rip it. And he takes a sack, or he throws it away at the last second. Now, in Mahomes' defense, we get to the next drive here. Okay, lots of pressure from Myles Garrett. That's par for the course. And he's on the scramble drill. Look at this throw to Worthy, and he drops it. Okay, you just got to make that catch. It's frustrating. Now, 2nd and 10. I want you to watch DeAndre Hopkins here at the bottom. Okay, look at this. Whew! He's open. Now, why doesn't Mahomes throw it? Well, pay attention right here, and it's Myles Garrett. Okay, that's why he gets paid the big bucks. Okay, you know, Mahomes kind of ran into this, but I mean, it's just Myles Garrett. It's just that simple. And then 3rd and 10, and Mahomes is just running for his life. I mean, once again, it's a lot of. It's not the worst pass set from a guard going up against arguably the best defensive player in the NFL, but it's a lot. This Xavier Worthy is open, but, I mean, he has absolutely no shot. They also brought a blitz right up the gut, and, well, Mahomes, you know, just has to throw it away. You see, he's slow to get up here. We'll give you the end zone angle. You know, he didn't take, like, just some ridiculous, like, hard hits early in this game, but, man, it's this late in the season, Mahomes has taken some tough blows. You know, landing 2 guys on you right there, you're going to be slow to get up. All right, 3rd and 4. Whew. This catch from DeAndre Hopkins is so freaking good. It's so freaking good. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of this concept, right? It seems just anecdotally that it doesn't complete as many passes as you think it would, okay? So the point of this is versus man coverage. Once again, cover one right here is you're running through here and the slant behind it creates the traffic. Ward reads it quickly. Mahomes throws it. The ball location isn't the best, okay? You see he leads D-Hop too far right here. And if Hopkins doesn't make a really good adjustment to this, Ward is picking this off and going the other way. I mean, that is such a ridiculous, difficult catch. 3rd and 3, and how many times have you seen Mahomes do this year? Okay? It is freaking dunkulous. Once again, a lot of edge pressure from Myles Garrett. So what do? You step up into the pocket, and how many times have you seen Mahomes do this jump pass? It's ridiculous. Finds Noah Gray down the field. Noah Gray, once again, a really good adjustment on this ball, and he picks up the first down. Now, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button, ring the freaking bell, because this is where all of the Chiefs Kingdom fan base, you guys really collectively held your breath here, okay? Not on this play, but on the next. Now, it's 2nd and 5, obviously about 8-ish minutes left to go. 21-7 is your score. You're trying to pull here, and once again, Taylor just had a tough day. Him getting bulldozed right here created a lot more traffic for this pulling guard on the 2nd and 5. So now it sets up 3rd and medium here. So 3rd and 3, 8 minutes left, and you're only down up 14. So you missed the chip shot field goal. So you really are in a 2-down territory, right? A punt doesn't do you anything. You don't want to attempt a long field goal with your backup field goal kicker. And, of course, this to Watson does eventually open up. I don't know why Mahomes bailed such a clean pocket here, but if he would have stayed in or at least surveyed right here, he's getting Watson wide open here for a big gainer. But he decides to throw this floater to Noah Gray. Not a terrible option by any stretch of the imagination, but it's definitely not the ball that you would have probably wanted to throw in this spot, okay? So, once again, I honestly don't mind this. I think he was expecting Gray to go upfield, which is why, he lofted it up, and, it's just not there. Alrighty, this is a 4th and 3 that Mahomes gets hurt on. Give the Browns defense a lot of credit. So they were ready for traffic, meshes, and you see that's why they have a guy just right over the middle. So they're trying to run a whip right here with Travis Kelce. That's covered. Noah Gray's covered. Could this have been thrown just from the pocket right here to Juju Smith-Schuster? Maybe so, okay? But he's struggling to get separation and get off this. Obviously, man, could this out to Denzel Ward if Mahomes wanted to work this? That's getting there if he's, trusting it. But I also get his line of thinking here as well, okay? If they're playing man coverage underneath all of this, a run on 4th and 3 is also, oftentimes a profitable decision. But 94 does a good job retracing his steps, and, Mahomes just throws this ball up in the air, and it's short. Now, we'll show you the end zone angle, and, once again, the Browns just played really good defense, and the Browns overall had a decent day defensively versus, a really solid Chiefs offense. So, you'll see he steps up, and then this is where it gets nasty when linemen are 300 pounds and they're rolling up on Mahomes' ankle like that. Ugh! And you'll see it right here. Just, man, you hate to see it. It's not dirty from Dalvin Tomlinson. It's just a lot of weight while he's getting hit. I'm telling you, man, Mahomes is a tough son of a gun. Wow.
Does, in fact, have a high ankle sprain. The Chiefs will evaluate him throughout the course of the week.
Look, I know Mahomes is going to want to play if it's 50-50. But number one, I kind of just want to see Carson Wentz play. I understand this offensive environment with the offensive line being the way that it is. This is not an NFL quality offensive line at the offensive tackle position. Of course, up the middle, the Chiefs are as good as anyone. But, I I'll be honest as well. I am not sure if it's 50-50 if Mahomes should even play this next week. You have the Christmas game the following Wednesday. So, look, you're 13-1. I understand, the Bills have this theoretical tiebreaker for home field or whatever. But it's not as if Carson Wentz can't go out there and get you a dub, right? Andy Reid can scheme some things up to make this thing work. And Carson Wentz at his peak, remember, he's not really had an opportunity to even get a start. With the Eagles, he was freaking ridiculously good. So I'm interested to see what the Wentz offense is going to look like. And, I brought this up on our football card show. By the way, shout out nooffseason.com and the football card quest. Every Tuesday we go live at 11 a.m. Carson Wentz was definitely a guy that I said, hey, go buy some of his cards, man. If he has a decent showing, if he gets a chance to play with a weak quarterback class and a weak-ish quarterback free agency class as well, he might make himself some big coin here. So let me know what you guys think down below, okay? But I even if it's 50-50, the NFL is going to want Mahomes on Christmas. I would rest him. I really would. It is power hour. NFL. Boom. I've never been to Arrowhead. I haven't. I work for a college basketball team locally here, and our coach is a big Chiefs fan, and he goes to games. My wife is a huge Travis Kelce fan. I want to go. I want to plan this out. We could do it this year. We could do it next year if any Chiefs fans could hook it up. And one of my best friends lives in Kansas City. And shout out to this Chiefs defense balling out of control. I want to have the barbecue. I want to do the whole KC experience. I've only gotten to go once. So let me know down below. Let's go. And tonight we are doing, some pot roast. Let's go.